Well, hello again, my fellow anglers. Today, we're going to tie up a yarn wing dun. This is a great pattern to have. I'm just going to take. Well, going to take some yellow thread here, thread it on up. Sorry, I didn't come more prepared. And we're going to grab a size 16 hook, and I'm going to debarb this little bad boy like I do with all my hooks that didn't come pre-debarbed. I guess, I don't know, I think Orvis stopped selling barbless hooks or something like that. Those freaking ding-dongs. Anyways, got my size 16 on here now, and let's see, we're gonna look for some good dubbing. And let's see. Yeah, that looks like about there. Oh, maybe that's a little better. Okay. We got a little bit of yellow here. So we've got our little hackle feather. It can be tough to find a good hackle feather for a small fly when you haven't got a huge variety to choose from. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this thread. I find it a hard time finding good dun colored hackles for mayflies. Even Whiting's dun hackles are kind of like a really light color. And how you supposed to get them blue wings you're looking for when they, I don't know. Alright. Yeah, I'm going to end up on more than that. So I'm going to get right here at the bend of the hook, and I'm going to build up a lump of thread. We're going to do the fantail on this. So you build up a lump there, and that's going to serve to cause your tail hackle feathers to splay out, to fan out. Okay. So I got me some hackles here. Yeah, I guess that can do it. Not a very big fly. I don't need a whole heck of a lot back here. Now we get it about where we want it, and then we start tying them in right in front of that lump. Oh, I think I went right on the lump that time. You get right behind that lump, and it'll really fan out those hackles, as you'll see in a moment. Well, maybe you won't be able to see it, but it's fanned them out for me. And there's a little bit of gobbledygook sitting around in here. I'm going to clip off. Alright. Then I'm going to take this little bit of dubbing here. See, this is a really cool mayfly to tie because it looks more natural than what you're usually sold. Really, I mean, at the end of the day, the flies are fooling the fish, sure, but it's always cool to be able to whip up something that's just a cut above, you know. Alright, so I got this little hackle feather here. You don't need much. You don't need much, especially on these small flies, to keep them floating. I mean, I got spinner flies that have no hackle at all, and you know, just two feathers coming out on the sides and they float. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, this This is small enough. I really should use my hackle pliers here. I got a real small hackle on here. Alright. Oh, I pulled it right out. Doggone it. Pulled it right out of its little shell. Guess I didn't secure it on there well enough. That can be a problem, huh? Alright, so now we're gonna wrap some hackles in here. We'll palmer it. Oh, we'll palmer it forwards and backwards. A little bit, and then we'll go back forwards again. Right up here by the eye of the hook. We'll get it in there, and that's the problem with using these real small little feathers and being impatient like I am right now. Just wanting to get it on there. Alright, so we'll secure that on by wrapping over top of it so that it cannot escape what we're doing here. We'll wrap in front of that by the eye. And we'll come in here and we'll clip off what's left there. Okay, and then what we're going to do, I mean, it's such a simple tie. It really is ridiculous how simple this tie is. I know these hackles look crazy, don't they? They're just all over the place. That's alright. Now I'm going to grab some polypropylene yarn. I went to Orvis. I was looking for blue, not a blue, but like a dun color. And they had this light gray for some reason. And it just so happens to be about the only thing that's even remotely close to a Mayfly's wing color. Of course, you can't really count on Orvis to have what you want, because they're a bunch of blue collar ding-dongs over there. But anyways, you get this here set up, angle it 45 degrees towards yourself. Oh, I want to get some of these hackles back here out of my way. Alright, now this is the yarn wing done. I mean, this is just, it could not be simpler. You get this up here, you wrap it loosely, and then, you know, put the hammer down. It never hurts to pull your hackles out of your way. And then you just wrap it in there right at the eye. Okay, and then pull that back as per usual. Wrap right on the metal, right on the eye. Well, right behind the eye, I should say. Now that sucker's on there. As you're about to see, we're just going to trim this up here so that it looks like a Mayfly wing. Stick it up in the air. And we'll trim right up at the head of this. We'll trim that right back. Make it basically almost like a continuation of the wing. We don't want that being too dominant, but it can go up to the basically to the eye of the fly, so that it slightly is covering the eye. It kind of hides it. Really picky fish will actually start to notice the eye of your fly and things like nymphs and stuff. If your fly might look like the body is perfectly sized, but then it might have a big eye on it, and the fish will see that and add it to the equation and say, hey, that doesn't look just like what I'm looking for. So you're being pretty stealthy there by by sort of hiding the eye with the material. But you don't want it right in the way, so I'll throw a half hitch in. Oh, boy, I'm cutting it close, aren't I? I'll throw a half hitch in here, and secure it so she's stuck with us. Boy, I tell ya, I always forget to wet it up, and then it doesn't want to slide. This really, you know, super high quality Orvis thread. It just, they say it's pre-waxed. I don't know what that's all about, but alright. So there it is. Now, to finish it off, we're really, you know, I'm being pretty anal. I can see certain things coming through on the video. And we just clip it up, make it look good. I mean, tell me you've ever seen a Mayfly with a wing like that. Okay, now to finish it, what we do is we come in here, and as you can see, the bottom of this fly is really hackled up. And all we're going to do is come right along in here, and, well, before I go clipping anything, you kind of want to pull some hackles off to the side, if you can, see what the deal is, and then everything that's right in the middle, you're going to clip it off. You don't need the belly hackles. We'll clip them real short. When you're left with let's see if I can get it in the camera. We're left with basically somewhat of a V, more or less just a flat cot. The V can be there. I mean, you can have a slight V in it, and you know, you trim it up. It's a real good slow water imitation. It will float on in faster water, and very lightly dressed with the hackles. And that, my friends, is the yarn wing done. It's a good pattern. You'd be amazed at how much this wing will stay sticking up after you've gone whipping it around, and you'd think that the wing is just going to shoot right back. Even when it does shoot right back, I mean, I just pulled it back and it just wants to be propped right up like that. And I'll tease it up like this and fish it around like that, and it'll pretty much stay that way. And you can even take like a toothbrush or something and sort of comb this stuff out, keep it real frizzy and secure. And then what you may want to do is come in with just a tiny drop of head cement and put it right up at the head of this poly yarn, right in this clump by the eye, so that where it was all scrunched together, it's solidly fused together. But that's the yarn wing done with the fan tail on it. Wicked effective. Works in all sizes and colors. If you've got the right hackles, you can tie it up in any size you want, any size you need. Alright, there it is. Another little gem from Pandora's box. Go get them, boys and girls. You know what to do. Have a good one, fellas. See you next time.